Hello and welcome to our Delta analysis video. Today is Delta Noivern, which is a grass and steel type, which is a very good defensive typing, being only weak to fire and fighting. Although you are 4 times weak to fire, type is like many people know this typing from Ferrothorn, very annoying Pokemon. This thing is slightly less bulky, as you can see it only has 85 HP and 80 in both defenses, but it is very fast and has a decent special attack stat with 123 speed and 97 special attack. It does have a physical set and a 70 base attack, so it's not physically bad. Like you'll see, I made a physical set, and honestly, it's honestly not that bad. But okay, going over to its this is its name. Going over to its abilities, it has very sun-based abilities. It gets Chlorophyll, Solar Power, and Flower Gift. Chlorophyll boosts your speed by 2 stages, aka it doubles your speed in Sun. Solar Power gives you a choice specs in Sun, but you take 1/8 damage every turn. And Flower Gift boosts your attack and special defense by 1.5. I don't think it only works on Charm, I think it works on anything, including this, but I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. It's not that clear. On the Bulbapedia, I'm not entirely sure, because the only thing that does get it is Charm and Cherubi. Wait, no, only Charm. And it also can be stolen by anything, so I have no idea if it works on anything else. So yeah, that's its abilities. Very sun-based mall, which is ironic because it's a bat. At least it's based on something that's based on a bat. Yeah. Going to some interesting moves that it could run. It gets Nasty Plot for setup. It also gets another move for setup. You'll see soon. I didn't put it here. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't, but it's more situational than Nasty Plot is. It gets Leech Seed for a bit of HP stalling. Yeah, it's just an annoying move, and it gets it, so it's on here. Roar to phase things are out. Roost Synthesis to heal. Roost is usually objectively better, but this is a Sun one, kind of, so Synthesis in Sun is better than Roost in Sun. Heal Bell is, I don't know why it gets Heal Bell, but it's Heal Bell for Clericking. Stealth Rocks, Tailwind to make things on your team faster, including yourself, for like 4 turns, I think. I'm not sure. Something like that. Super Fang just automatically 50% of the opponent's health as damage. U-turn, you can pivot around with that move, also do a bit of damage. And Draco Jet is a priority dragon type move, physical base 40, pretty decent if you need some priority. So yeah, those are like the special moves that it gets. The first set is a set that takes advantage of its stronger offensive stat, being its special attack. This is a special set, either Chlorophyll or Solar Power. Considering it already has base 123 speed, I can see why you don't need Chlorophyll to outspeed things, and Solar Power does give you a really nice damage boost, but it's really up to you which one you prefer. And then I put Growth or Nasty Plot there. Growth is specifically if you have a physical move on here. Otherwise, I think Nasty Plot is generally better. And I do think there is a physical move that has potential. You can already see it, probably, but okay. Then Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon is by far its most spammable stab. Grass is resisted by a lot of things. Steel is resisted by slightly less things. So I do think that that's definitely a good move to run, and it's the best steel stab you have. It gets Energy Ball, Giga Drain, or Pedal Dance. Energy Ball is like the middle of the road. Does decent damage, no drawback. Giga Drain does slightly less damage, but does heal you, and especially with like Solar Power, it can be some nice recovery because you are taking damage every turn in Sun. Pedal Dance is a lot stronger. It's like base 120, but it does lock you in, and you will eventually get confused. It's like Outrage. And then some coverage options get Heat Wave to deal with Steel types, which you can't really hit, but then Fire types are kind of annoying. Focus Blast also deals with Steel types and deals with Fire types slightly better, but it's a lot riskier because it never hits. Dragon Pulse, I just put it on there. It's a special move. It's not too spectacular. It's dragons. It could be useful in a situation where a dragon resists steel or something. It's always an option. Here are the more out there options. Earthquake, I put it on here because it actually deals with the types that its dual step can't deal with very well. What resists steel? Water, water, steel, electric. I think that's it. Water, steel, electric. What resists? Oh, and fire. Water, steel, fire, electric. What resists grass? Steel, bug, flying. Pretty much the things that both resist resist grass and steel, being the steel and the fire typing, get hit super effectively by Earthquake. And if you click Growth, you also have +2 attack, which means even Earthquake will hit hard, even if you're not like fully invested, or if you like even like minus attack. I'm not sure how well it compares to Focus Blast against grass types at both +2, but with some investment you can probably do more damage more reliably, or like slightly less damage more reliably. So I definitely think it's a viable option, and it's the only real reason to run a Growth on a special set. But unless you want to like throw your opponent off by running Chlorophyll Growth, then they don't know if you're Solar Power or Flower. They know you're not Solar Power, but you could still be Chlorophyll or Flower Gift. So yeah, it's definitely a good option in my opinion, and it can bluff that you're physical too. Grass Whistle puts opponents to sleep on like a 50-50 chance. I don't think it's a great move, but if you land, it's free setup. That's pretty much what it comes down to. If it lands, it's free setup, and Synthesis for recovery if you feel like the coverage is not necessary, or if like Flash Cannon or a Grass Stab is not necessary, then you can run Synthesis on this set. Going to a more physical set, is a Flower Gift set. You can also run Chlorophyll on this if you need the speed, but Flower Gift gives you a Choice Band and an Assault Vest without any drawback, which is really good, especially on a physical set. With Growth, Earthquake, Ironhead, Pedal Blizzard are like, this is generally the set I would run. These three moves hit so many things super effectively, or at least neutrally, that the other options are just not as good in my opinion. You can run Synthesis for recovery, U-turn for momentum, a Stone Edge / Rock Slide if you feel like that's like you want to hit like a flying type very hard, or Earthquake. Well, Earthquake is just as strong as Stone Edge. Regardless, in like some weird situation where I'm facing like a Rotom Heat, you can run Stone Edge to do a lot of damage to that thing. Brick Break for normal types or screens. Iron Tail is a stronger alternative for Ironhead, but it's a lot riskier because it's like 75% accurate, and Ironhead does have the possibility to flinch. And Draco Jet is Dragon type physical priority. Grass Whistle again, if you put something to sleep, you can literally set up for free. So yeah, that's the physical set. It also has some utility options with Roost and Stealth Rock. As I said before, it gets both of those moves. You could also run Synthesis, although this is not necessarily on a Sun team. And I think Chlorophyll would be best. Like your ability is unlikely to work unless you have a Sun team yourself and just decide to run defensive Noivern. But yeah, I don't know how important the ability is. Like, I'd probably run like a Flower Gift to just boost the SPDEF, a little. And by a little, I mean like 1.5, which is quite a bit. Roost, Stealth Rock, and then just I have some other options for utility moves: Leech Seed, U-Turn, Roar, Tailwind, Super Fang, Heal Bell. But I do think you should run an offense. Like you could choose an offensive move on here, but this thing doesn't get taunt, so I'm not sure how I feel about not running an offensive move. So I think Flash Cannon is the best option, like overall. Out of all the offensive moves it gets, I think Flash Cannon is the best option. But you can really run any of the moves I mentioned in the previous two sets. So yeah, that's Delta Noivern. It's a Sunbat. It's pretty good in Sun, honestly. Is it as good as Venusaur? Probably not. But it does do different things. Like it's more of a breaker really, with solar power and Flower Gift, giving it a choice specs or choice band damage boost without even having to click growth, which is in my opinion very nice, and it will definitely help this thing stand out as a Sun Sweeper. And also it has good utility. It's pretty fast. It's a rocker. It's deep. I think this thing had defog too. Wait, no. Did it get this defog? Wait, because like on the client, I accidentally messed it up and gave this thing the moves of Noibat, and Noibat gets defog. So this thing does not get defog. I was mixed up with the prior information that was not correct. So doesn't get defog. Thought it did for a bit, but it doesn't. Yeah, it's still good utility, fast breaker, insanely fast sweeper if you run a chlorophyll. But yeah, that's what this thing does generally. And yeah, tomorrow is tomorrow's a battle, and after that I'm not quite sure yet. I might have something, like I'll definitely have something different on Saturday. I'm not entirely sure what, but something different for sure. Like I know one of two things. But next Delta analysis is Roserade, which is pretty damn good, to be honest. So yeah, you can look forward to that, and for now, goodbye.